See, I never acted in my own films, but I always thought it would be a cool way to kind of direct and control the tone by being inside of it. Is that the case, or is it just harder?
It's harder and it's easier at the same time because you're aware of what you want. And since there's two of us, and really in most of those scenes it's just the four of us, Neal and I are lockstep with one another in terms of what we need out of this scene, what we need out of the performance. And when you're in it, when you're living in it, the way in which you emote as an actor can end up driving everyone else's performance. Yeah. So there were times logistically where, because we're directing and because we're producing, it was difficult, for sure, especially because we only shot, 2 weeks basically. But when you're really embedded in those scenes and you're really feeling the character and you know what you need, there's a kind of like synergy that ends up happening where it gets the scene to the best place that it possibly can be at.
And you would play those two characters, because you don't even give yourselves necessarily the best of the best stuff. It's pretty evenly generous in terms of the generosity of writing, or did you know you would play those parts?
We knew so we did some live readings beforehand on Zoom because it was COVID, but the four of us and Jacqueline did some live readings over Zoom. There was one instance in which Neal played Sebastian and Yuri played Neal's character.
And Yuri was brilliant. Like, Yuri would have been an incredible Andrew. I was not very good as Sebastian, so we decided that would be the best permutation. But we knew, we kind of had Jeremy in mind for John, and then Pom Kosh, who plays Mo, the tremendous Broadway actor. We wrote it for his specific, you talk about tone, he's got a very specific voice, tone, detachment that was very easy to plug into for that character.
And Jacqueline is just astonishing in the movie. I was so excited for the show watching it the second time because she's perfect. The movie needs her right when she enters. She's so grounded. I was sitting next to my friend who has vanished, but I could feel her deeply relating to how unnerved it would be to be a woman in that environment with those men. How did you find her, out of curiosity?
So we went to the University of Michigan together. John was in the film program, I was in the theater program, and Jacqueline, alongside Yuri and Pom, this was a family production. Our DP, Bryce Holden, went to Michigan.
He's amazing too.
And you just have to find people, especially in something like this where we're shooting in 2 weeks, we don't have a lot of time. There's actually not a lot of time on set to direct. Everyone's got to be on the same page, understand what they're going in with. The great thing about Jacqueline actually was that we had cast a different actress who unfortunately had to drop out for medical reasons, and we got Jacqueline within like 48 hours, and she showed up on set, and I remember her saying, I kind of don't really know, like I'm really feel like I'm being thrown into the fire, and we talked about use that. That's the character. The character is thrown into the fire. The character is the audience coming in and actually being able to observe these men. And Jacqueline's been on a number of television shows. She's a pro's pro, but she, I think, just brings such a different dynamic energy that it upped all our game. And I just can't say enough about her. All of her scenes, I just like. Can't look
it's
away.
electrifying, and I don't know what to say, so it's perfect. She's just great. You can just read her in her monologue.